Hey, folks, welcome into the 49ers Report. I'm your guy, Cam Rogers, coming at you. And you're probably wondering why I'm wearing a black shirt rather than a red one. Well, black is very slimming, and the camera adds 10 pounds, of course. Hey, by the way, we have breaking news on the show. Marquise Goodwin has signed an extension. We're giving this for Jedheads. It is news. So it's a $20.3 million extension, 3 years, $10 million guaranteed, by the way. And I think this is fantastic news. You see the numbers right there. 56 receptions, 962 yards, 2 touchdowns for a guy that the San Francisco 49ers took a chance on, coming off a just okay campaign with the Buffalo Bills. Really panned out well a year ago. And he is here to stay even longer in the Bay Area. Are you happy Goodwin signed an extension? Let me know here on Facebook Live and YouTube. Hit that heart for definitely or a like for, you know what, it was a little too much money for my liking. If you're on YouTube, by the way, hit that reaction, then send it in the comment section. You're watching the 49ers Report here on San Francisco 49ers by Chat Sports. I'm Cam Rogers. Check me out on Twitter at Mr. Rogers99. You saw the 4 Jedheads. That is a part of the scale of believability with all the rumors and news that we go through on the show. 0 Jedheads, it's fake news. You are not believing in it. 1 Jedhead, little truth to it. 2 Jedheads, it's simmering firmly in that rumor category. 3 Jedheads were faithful in it, that it's accurate. And then 4 Jedheads, it's happening, it's a thing, it's news. Let's get into note number 2 here. Trumaine Johnson. Is he putting the 49ers as a finalist as he looks ahead to free agency? We're giving this 2 Jedheads. People are certainly talking about this one. It's simmering. So this is coming from Draft Analyst. And with the Rams franchise tagging LaMarcus Joyner, Johnson's likely to be a free man. And we all know that the San Francisco 49ers would love a nice veteran corner opposite of Ahkello Witherspoon. Here is my caution about Trumaine Johnson. Pro Football Focus ranked him as the 68th best corner last season. That's not good for a guy coming off a campaign where he was making $16.7 million in base salary. Yes, he brings versatility. Johnson played 559 snaps at left cornerback, 252 snaps at right cornerback, and 114 snaps in the slot. Yes, he's a quality veteran and a leader. But is he the guy meant for the 49ers, especially considering that San Francisco has a good amount of salary cap space? Remains to be seen. 2 Jedheads on this one. Note number 3, the 49ers, did they meet with Bradley Chubb, a top prospect coming out of NC State during the Combine? Yes, they did. We're giving this 4 Jedheads coming from Bradley Chubb himself. And Chubb is easily the best edge rusher in the draft. After Chubb, there's a bit of a drop-off there with the Davenports, the Keys, and the Landrys of the world. Although it is doubtful Chubb falls to the 49ers at number 9 overall, it's an interesting story to kind of look at here as the team needs help in pass rushing ability. As you see there, the 49ers also met with Marcus Davenport, Arden Key, and Harold Landry, who played pretty well in the Combine. But selecting at number 59 overall in the second round also puts them in doubt to get any of these guys. So it's kind of an awkward position where the 49ers are at. They will likely miss out on Chubb at number 9, but they don't want to reach for Davenport, Key, and Landry at number 9. And they also will miss out on those 3 guys at number 59 overall in the second round. Let's get to the next note here. The 49ers, did they want Dion Lewis, running back? Well, the story is, and we're going to give this 1 Jedhead, I think it's pretty unlikely. So, barring a crazy turn of events, before the new league year on March 14th, Carlos Hyde is going to be a free agent. So, does Lewis make sense here? I'm going to say no. I'm going to tell you why. A top-tier running back should not really be a priority over a top-tier corner, guard, or wide receiver for the 49ers. Lewis will demand a good amount of cash too. Spotrac has Lewis valued at 3 years, $15 million. But the 49ers could get a good running back in a cheaper way, such as grabbing LeGarrette Blount in free agency or going into the draft and drafting Ronald Jones or Nick Chubb. The 49ers have to make runs at the likes of Andrew Norwell at the guard position as well as Allen Robinson at wide receiver, so they should be the priority for now rather than looking into Dion Lewis at the running back position. Next note here are the 49ers drafting Roquan Smith. We're giving this 2 Jed heads, something simmering here. So here's the deal. Matt Miller came out with his post-combine mock draft, and Miller didn't predict trades, so I think if the 49ers are forced to draft Roquan Smith at number 9 over, any other option, I think the 49ers actually trade back in that scenario because I think there are more priorities, and let me know in the comment section if you agree or disagree on that one, but I think Tremaine Edmonds, Quentin Nelson, Minkah Fitzpatrick, Josh Jackson are all better options at number 9. If they're all off the board, then I see the 49ers trading back rather than grabbing Roquan Smith. But the logic is there. I get it. Roquan would be a nice stack linebacker given the legal situation with Reuben Foster. Let's get into the next piece of news/rumors. Witherspoon, did his combine sell John Lynch and the 49ers leadership to go ahead and draft him? Well, sounds like it did. We're giving this 4 Jed heads coming right from John Lynch himself. So Lynch recently sat down for an interview, and of course with the combine wrapping up, I feel like this little nugget of information is fun to talk about. So Lynch had a 15-minute interview with Witherspoon last season, and the story goes that the 49ers had their fair share of concerns with Akello's physicality, and they showed him the tape of him avoiding contact during his college days, and Witherspoon addressed it head-on with great professionalism, and he admitted that he had to work on it. And Witherspoon struggled in camp for a little bit with that physicality, but developed into a physical player that John Lynch foresaw in that very interview. So 4 Jed heads, really cool story there about Aqib Witherspoon, and the ceiling is very high for that player, no doubt about it. Let's get to note number 7 here. The 49ers, are they signing Allen Robinson? Formerly wide receiver of the Jaguars, it seems. We're giving this 2 Jed heads. It's simmering, so the Jacksonville Jaguars decided not to give Allen Robinson the franchise tag, which is a somewhat interesting move, and that's a whole nother story. So Robinson's going to hit the open market, and many like the 49ers to grab him. A lot of people out there are discussing that, and I think that's the dream scenario at wide receiver for San Francisco. He's a big wide receiver who would be a great complement alongside Goodwin, Garcon, and Trent Taylor. Just imagine that pass offense, ladies and gentlemen. But as I've said before, the concern about Allen Robinson, from my standpoint, is can he get back to 2015 form? That season he had 80 catches, 1,400 yards, and 14 touchdowns. If the 49ers sign him, it'll be an indication that they believe Robinson can get back to that 2015 form. Let's get into note number 8 here. Are the 49ers going to acquire Aqib Talib via a trade? They have been surfaced through these reports about the 49ers grabbing this guy. I'm giving it 1 Jed head. I think it's pretty unlikely, and this would obviously be a huge get for San Francisco, but it's unlikely because of the following. Aqib Talib wants to be a Patriot. In fact, he reportedly scoffed at the idea of going to the San Francisco 49ers. Talib, of course, played with the Patriots from 2012 to 2013, and the 49ers have at least been in talks with the Broncos, and you can't underestimate the strong relationship between John Lynch and John Elway. But if Talib gets his way, he's going into New England and not to San Francisco. So we're giving that one 1 Jed head. Let's get to note number 9 here. Are the 49ers going to sign wide receiver Taylor Gabriel? I'm going to give this one 1 Jed head as well. I think it's pretty unlikely, and this is not a knock on Gabriel. He knows Shanahan. It would be a reunion of sorts if he were to join the 49ers, but I just feel the Niners have the cash to go up a few notches and really be a part of the Allen Robinson sweepstakes. So he should be the priority at wide receiver, not Taylor Gabriel. I think Taylor Gabriel would likely go to a team strapped for cash, but still in need of a dynamic player, kind of a Swiss Army knife kind of player, such as the Ravens or the Cowboys. So I'm giving that 1 Jed head.